Currently in our area, 48 degrees under cloudy skies. This afternoon, overcast, high 59, winds south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, foggy, low 51, winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, afternoon showers, high 67, winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour, chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Free TV starts with Local Now. With hundreds of free TV channels.
We've got some breaking news to get to.
These are the big cases that everyone is talking about.
Local news in hundreds of cities.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on NBC6.
And thousands of movies and shows.
Hold them as long as you can.
It's time to do free differently. Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
In the midst of severe weather, continuing to track storms that are moving across parts of the deep south. Right now, the main area of the most active storms is in the state of Mississippi. We have some big storms that are tracking out of Louisiana and into Mississippi. Everything kind of moving on off towards the north and the east. Right now, we've got a couple of warnings. One right there, another one there, another one there, another one there. So right now, it's like 4 tornado warnings that are in effect at this hour. Let's get into the most dangerous one right now in terms of it being a tornado emergency. This one being observed, spotted. There's been actual damage being reported from this particular storm as well. So an extremely dangerous one. The tornado emergency, this continues north of Columbia for this storm, which is moving on off towards the north and the east, generally right around 50 miles per hour or so. Jefferson Davis, Lawrence, as well as Marion counties in the state of Mississippi. You got places like Bassfield as well as Prentiss kind of next in line to deal with this storm. Until 1:45, you're under this tornado warning, which again has been designated a tornado emergency. Still showing pretty good signs of rotation right now in this general area. Basically moving just up. Looks like we got a new scan here. So everything is pushing on off towards the north. Again, still seeing rotation. It's pretty decently defined. Moving towards Martin Bass Road. Heads up there. Eventually getting over towards 42, which is right in that general area. There's Bassfield there. And you see where you are in relation to the area of rotation. That is off towards now, essentially just off towards your west. If you're on the west side of Bassfield, in Bassfield itself, this is no doubt the time you need to be getting into your safe zone. This is a very dangerous storm which has had a history of producing damage as it's worked its way just off towards the south and the west. So continuing right now, still showing signs of rotation. One of those situations where the tornado's been on the ground for, or at least at this point, tornado warned with serious signs of it being on the ground for quite some time, including what we've got here, the debris tracker. So right there, look at that zone right there. That's where the radar is saying, hey, that's not just rain. That is something other than a typical meteorological target like rain or hail, but debris. Now, is that tree, but it could also be pieces of some structure. Nonetheless, it's picking out on that area, which right now is moving over the Story Parkman Road region right now and tracking on off towards the north and east. If you're in Honeycutt Road or right around there, Old Highway 42, Bassfield as well. Again, this is the area of the most concern where we do have, again, a debris signature showing up right now. That will continue to track towards the north and the east. This tornado emergency still remains in effect at this time. As we back out here, showing sort of the area of rotation associated with that particular storm all the way back towards the southwest. These are some of the actual storm reports that came in right around Tylertown, damage to a trailer park, likely because of the tornado. And then in Kentwood, this was in Louisiana, just in the northern part, or just far south of in southern Mississippi, not too far from the border. You had structural damage and roads being blocked there in Kentwood, again, thanks to this likely tornado. So extremely dangerous storm, which is still dangerous right now, pushing northbound at this point with the tornado emergency, still seeing that sign of rotation. This thing is held together pretty well for quite some time. There is the zone, watching now, getting ready to basically move right in between Prentiss and Bassfield. If you're in that general area, let's try to time that zone out here for you to give you a sense of who is in line in the next several minutes. Bassfield 126. So essentially here in the next minute or two, Cantwell Mill at about 131, heading up towards Dean at about 133. And then we start to get in some areas that may be just outside of that warning, but I would say count on this thing potentially being extended into places like Williamsburg as well as Collins as we approach the 145 time frame there. If you're in any of those locations and surrounding spots, I would absolutely make sure I'm getting into my safe zone immediately. This is an extremely dangerous storm, which continues right now. Notice the tag on this. It's observed. We talked about that being observed by emergency officials and considered to be a catastrophic situation right now. So heads up in Mississippi. This is the most dangerous storm that we're tracking, at least right now, Felicia, with potentially more to come for the rest of the afternoon and evening.
And it is moving quickly, moving off to the northeast at 50 miles per hour. So these storms are going to be on you quickly. All right, let's take a wider view of what's going on, because that PDS tornado watch, particularly dangerous situation tornado watch, has been extended eastward, covering much of Alabama now until 8 p.m. local time there, and up into Middle Tennessee until 9 p.m. local time across Middle Tennessee as this line of storms is moving in. You can see where we have just an abundant amount of energy for this storm system to work with. So we are far from done. I want to time it out for you if you're watching so you can get an idea of when this might be moving into your area. The forecast from the future radar is very concerning as it continues to move into Middle Tennessee and Alabama. Here's 5 p.m. Central Time north of Birmingham. Very concerning seeing what the future radar is doing with some of those cells. By 6 p.m. we're still watching this line make its way through Alabama, filling in once again with several rounds of very dangerous storms. It will be moving into northwest Georgia around 10 p.m. and then continuing to fill into places like Atlanta after 11 o'clock tonight.